In the world of international trade, neighbors often talk, but sometimes those conversations take on a new urgency, especially when the landscape is shifting beneath their feet. Recently, Canada and Mexico's conversations have become more serious, focusing on the future. They're not just discussing routine trade, but reimagining what their economic relationship could look like in the years ahead. New U.S. tariffs have complicated business, prompting Canada and Mexico to explore new trade routes. These tariffs have made it clear that relying on a single partner can be risky, especially when policies can change overnight. They are considering a shift from relying heavily on the U.S. to creating their own paths to the global market. This means looking for new partners, new customers, and new ways to move goods across continents and oceans. This isn't about ending trade with the U.S., but about having more options. By diversifying, they hope to protect their economies from sudden shocks and ensure steady growth. The need for stability in a rapidly changing trade environment drives this new thinking. Global markets are unpredictable, and having multiple avenues for trade is becoming essential. Businesses dislike uncertainty, and tariffs create unpredictability. Delays, extra costs, and shifting regulations can disrupt even the best-laid plans. Canada and Mexico are creatively looking at coastlines, railways, and ports to build stronger connections. They're investing in infrastructure and technology to make these new routes possible. This could make their economies more resilient and less dependent on U.S. political decisions. By working together, they can weather storms and seize new opportunities. The continent's economy has long been a triangle with the U.S. at the top. For decades, most trade has flowed north and south through the U.S., making it the central hub. Now, Canada and Mexico aim to strengthen the base of that triangle. By building direct links, they hope to create a more balanced and equal partnership. They want a direct, powerful link between themselves, giving them more control over their economic destinies. This connection could open up new markets and foster innovation on both sides. This bold vision requires careful planning, investment, and a shared commitment to becoming strong partners in their own right. If successful, it could reshape North American trade for generations to come. At the heart of Canada and Mexico's strategy is infrastructure: roads, railways, ports, and pipelines. These are the arteries that keep trade flowing and economies growing, connecting distant regions and opening new opportunities. Building new and better infrastructure is key to their plan. It's not just about adding more roads or rails, but about creating smarter, more resilient networks that can handle the demands of a changing world. They are focused on practical projects like expanding ports and modernizing rail lines, ensuring goods move faster and more efficiently than ever before. Canada aims to build new energy pipelines to its coasts, gaining control over its exports. This means Canadian resources can reach global markets directly without relying on traditional routes. Mexico plans to upgrade ports, becoming a major global logistics hub. By investing in modern facilities, Mexico can attract more international trade and boost its own economy. Imagine a ship from Asia docking in Mexico with cargo sent directly to Canada or Latin America. This new route could bypass bottlenecks and reduce shipping times dramatically. Better ports and railways mean faster, cheaper, and more reliable supply chains. Businesses can plan with confidence knowing their products will reach markets on time. If Canada builds pipelines and Mexico builds ports, a new economic map of North America emerges, one where trade routes are more diverse and less dependent on any single country. They are building the foundations of a new trading relationship, one based on mutual benefit and shared growth. This infrastructure is the hardware for their new economic partnership. It's the physical backbone that will support digital innovation and future industries. It's a long-term investment signaling to the world that they are serious about a balanced North American economy. These projects show vision and commitment to a shared future. They are building their own bridges to the global market, not just relying on old ones. With every mile of track and every new port, Canada and Mexico are shaping a new era of independence and cooperation. A bold idea is a new energy corridor linking Canadian energy producers with Mexican ports. Canada would build pipelines to carry oil and gas south, connecting to a network reaching Mexico. Once at a modernized Mexican port, energy could be shipped to Asia. This plan addresses challenges for both countries. Canada has energy, Mexico has ocean access. By working together, they solve each other's problems. This route bypasses U.S. pipeline networks, creating a secure path for Canadian resources. For Mexico, it brings investment, jobs, and a role in global energy logistics. Building such a pipeline requires money, engineering, and political cooperation. Despite hurdles, the potential rewards attract serious interest. The plan isn't just about oil and gas, it's about creating a new economic spine for North America. Along this corridor, other industries could grow, bringing economic benefits. This pipeline dream shows Canada and Mexico's willingness to consider transformative projects for their economic future. Big ideas like new ports and pipelines require significant funding. Enter the Maple 8, Canada's largest public pension funds. They manage billions in retirement savings, seeking stable, long-term investments. This makes them ideal partners for large infrastructure projects. A new port or pipeline takes years to build and profit, aligning with pension funds' long-term goals. The Maple 8 are already major investors globally, with a strong presence in Mexico. Their existing relationships make planning ambitious projects easier. When they invest, it signals stability and attracts more investment. They provide anchor investment, offering stability and confidence for massive projects. Their long-term view allows them to focus on value over decades. In the patient world of pension fund investing, Canada has found the perfect financial engine for its trade ambitions with Mexico. Canada and Mexico's plan is a multi-stage strategy with short, medium, and long-term goals. This approach shows strategic thinking, not just reacting to immediate problems. In the short term, the goal is damage control against U.S. tariffs. Quick adjustments, like rerouting goods, help protect profits and jobs. The medium-term goal is reducing dependency by building infrastructure. New ports, rail lines, and pipelines create alternatives to U.S.-centric trade routes. As projects complete, trade patterns shift, strengthening Canada-Mexico ties. The long-term goal is leverage for the 2026 USMCA review. By then, they aim to be less dependent on the U.S., arguing for better terms. This creates a balanced relationship among North American partners. Investor confidence is crucial for ambitious trade projects. Investors need to feel secure, knowing their investment is safe and profitable. Confidence is built on clear rules, reliable systems, and predictable government behavior. Investors focus on price, reliability, and risk. They need clear information about costs and regulations. Reliability means infrastructure must work as promised. Investors manage business risks but are wary of political risk. Canada and Mexico must prove they are stable partners. Strong, legally binding contracts and an independent legal system are essential. Clear communication is key, with governments explaining rules and addressing concerns. Confidence attracts investment, building successful projects and more confidence. Proving a stable environment is as important as building new infrastructure. As Canada and Mexico deepen their partnership, the U.S. response is uncertain. The U.S., long the dominant power, may see this as a threat or opportunity. Some politicians might view it as undermining U.S. strength, leading to more tariffs. This confrontational approach could create instability and trade wars. However, many American businesses see opportunity in new infrastructure. A more efficient supply chain benefits everyone. U.S. companies might find it cheaper to use upgraded Mexican ports. Businesses understand trade creates wealth together, not a zero-sum game. They may push for cooperation and integration with new infrastructure. The U.S. response will likely mix political rhetoric and business logic. The economies are deeply intertwined, with millions of U.S. jobs dependent on trade. As the 2026 USMCA review approaches, the U.S. must decide its path. This story is about making smart, long-term decisions that reach far beyond the daily headlines, politics, and tariffs. It's about vision. About leaders who look past short-term gains to focus on what truly matters for the next generation. Canada and Mexico are working together to build a resilient future, not just reacting to problems as they arise, but proactively shaping their destinies through careful planning and collaboration. Investing in modern infrastructure, highways, railways, and ports, lays the groundwork for economic stability and growth that can withstand global shocks. These ambitious projects create thousands of jobs, generate wealth for communities, and give both countries a stronger, more unified voice on the world stage. The strategy is clear. Build capacity to trade globally, efficiently, and reliably, so that businesses and families can thrive no matter what challenges arise. Modernization attracts new investment, sparks innovation, and creates a cycle of growth and development that benefits everyone, from small towns to major cities. This spirit of cooperation offers a powerful lesson for the world. Build bridges, not walls, and find strength in partnership. By working together, Canada and Mexico prove that collaboration and trust can overcome uncertainty and create lasting progress. They invest in shared infrastructure and clear, fair rules, building a stable global economy that benefits both nations and their partners. Their partnership reduces vulnerability to the decisions of a single powerful neighbor, giving them more control over their own economic futures. The path forward is not without challenges. There are obstacles and setbacks, but the direction is clear, and the commitment is unwavering. Canada and Mexico are betting on long-term investment and deep cooperation, choosing progress and partnership over short-term friction and division. Together, they are building a new North American reality, one defined by freer trade, diversified economies, and shared prosperity for generations to come. By focusing on infrastructure and partnership, Canada and Mexico are constructing a future built to last, one that's ready for any storm and full of opportunity.